another challenge, another day. Let's find some tanks that are going through fermentation so we could actually show you what it looks like during fermentation. What happens to the wine? How does it look? We're gonna go spot some tanks and we'll show you. So what you're looking at, this is actually a big tank. This is a 15,000 gallon tank. If you look at the movement of the wine, it looks like a pot on the stovetop and a flame underneath cooking and boiling your pasta almost. Well, this is something natural. What happens here is the sugar in the grapes start fermenting. The bacteria starts eating at the sugar, and the byproduct of that sugar is alcohol. And this is what it looks like. It looks like almost like it's cooking, like it's the fermentation is almost like it's cooking and cooking out the sugar and transforming that into alcohol. Now, why does that make a difference, and how does it happen? So if you look at these tanks, I'll try to show you. You see some jackets on the tanks. All these tanks. So every tank is temperature controlled. We control the temperature on every tank. Now what happens, certain wines, we're speaking now about white wine. We're gonna show you about red wine as well. But the wine, when it ferments, you control the temperature of the fermentation. And what that does is the fermentation could go almost like from 3 days. You could have a 3-day fermentation all the way up to an hour later harvest. Winemaker Joe Herleman, he likes to have the fermentation for more than a month, for more than 2 months. So it's a very slow, controlled fermentation. And that is done through the temperature. So when it's colder, it's going to be much a slower fermentation. If you raise up the temperature a little bit, it's going to be much faster fermentation. And how does that make a difference? Well, I like to use the example of your mother's chicken soup. Some people like cooking the chicken soup on a high flame for a couple of hours, get it done. Some people like it on that low flame overnight. That makes a difference in the taste and the texture of that soup. The same thing, that will make the fermentation, the temperature of the fermentation and the method or the length of the fermentation is going to make a difference in the wine. And that's why the winemaker chooses and makes decisions on what temperature, how long, how fast we're going to have that fermentation.